Cleo. Hi, Cleo. Hey, Bubba. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. I am Paige and this is my channel, Paige Deanne. I'm finally filming today and I'm so excited. And this is the hairstyle I'm working with because, yeah, I just don't know what's been going on with my hair lately. So I'm just gonna leave it like that because I don't really care anymore. This video is all about my cat Cleo. If you don't follow me on Instagram, which you should, it's at being Paige. I'll link it down below. I post a lot about my cat and it wasn't like something I planned to do intentionally. She makes for great content. People seem to like my cat. And I'm not trying to gear my channel towards like cat related stuff, but that just so happens. And you know what's really weird about Instagram? My feelings about Instagram, they're so complex. Since I've been posting way more cat stuff, all the like ads and just content is geared towards cats now. It's because like they know, right, that I live with a cat, so they're gonna try to make sure that I have cat related content. Like they're the ones turning me into crazy cat lady. I'm not a crazy cat lady. It's Instagram's fault. Anywho, I digress. So in this video, all I wanted to do was just to share a little Cleo update for those of you who are interested. It's been almost a year since we actually adopted Cleo. She came to us, if anything. We weren't really looking for a cat. I'd put it out in the universe that I really wanted a cat. Not a baby, a cat. And through serendipitous circumstances, Cleo came into our lives. We named her Cleo and she's my child and I love her so much. It's been an interesting almost year and I've learned a lot about cat care that I didn't think I'd ever learn, even though I've been around cats my whole life. I've had cats in the past. Having an animal as like a family member makes life so much more rich, but also includes a lot of changes that you have to get used to. Okay, so the whole food thing was the biggest conundrum, being that I am an ethical vegan. We all know this. And I will link that video actually down below where I explain more in depth about how I made peace with the decision to feed Cleo, because I knew since she was an obligate carnivore as a cat, as a feline, she had to have meat in her diet. And the ethical thing for me to do as, you know, her caregiver was to make sure she's getting fed the proper nutrition for her body. So yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd have meat in my home, being that it is a vegan household, but because of Cleo, I feed her meat. And I've had to make peace with that. It wasn't easy, trust me, it's not easy, but I had to really sit in meditation and I really had to question, you know, what was best for her, not what I thought was best for her, because as, you know, pet parents, we think we get to make the decisions on what's best for an animal, just like what we would do for a child, but they are their own separate selves. They have their own opinions, their own thoughts, their own likes and dislikes and personalities. And I'm not trying to anthropomorphize Cleo, but I'm trying to give her the autonomy and like almost like let her choose how she wants to live, and I can help support her in that, and we can still coexist and have this beautiful like interdependent relationship, which is why I think it's so important to surround yourself with animals, because there's so much learning we can do from them. I just love animals. Easy said. I've only stuck with a couple companies in terms of cat food that I feel comfortable feeding her. Obviously, the less ingredients and fillers, the better. And I was doing dehydrated cat food for a while from this one company, and I'm not gonna name names because I'm not trying to like support companies, obviously, that still utilize animal flesh, even if it is for animals. This is something that you'd have to do your own research on if you feel so inclined, you know, to feed your animals meat. I know dogs can be fed a vegan diet, and I have had several experiences knowing dogs that have been fed a vegan diet, but it really just comes down to research and knowledge and finding out what works for your animals, because again, animals can be picky and they have their own preferences, so it just whatever works for you. But in terms of the cat food I feed Cleo, she's getting a couple cans, 1 or 2 cans of wet food a day. Always has access to dry kibble. I really think that high quality dry kibble is really good for cats' teeth because it naturally helps clean and like polish their teeth, and it helps keep their mouth healthy, basically. It's like we think that they need soft food, but in reality, like, no, cats' teeth are really strong. Like, they need to learn how to sharpen their teeth, which is why they eat things like in the wild that they might have to break apart things. Like, basically, I'm trying to mimic what I can in a household that she would have in the wild. In terms of her food, she always has access to her dry kibble and to fresh water, obviously, because that's really important. And then she gets, like I said, 1 to 2 cans of her wet food a day. And I never overfeed her. I always make sure she has enough that whatever she feels is good, and then I'll put away her food. I don't like overfeeding animals, simply because when animals gain weight and they don't get the exercise that they need, that tends to cause a lot of health problems later on. Luckily, Cleo lives indoor and outdoors, so she gets a ton of exercise, and she's a very lean cat. Like, people think she's small, and maybe she was like the runt of the litter, which I wouldn't be surprised considering how she was found, but I think she's just a really lean cat because she runs outside and she loves outdoors. Which brings me to my next point, because, and I have another video about this, I will link down below, Cleo is an indoor-outdoor cat. I'd say primarily if it's not raining outside, she's like, despite night, because she's always inside at night and she sleeps with us, obviously, but throughout the day, she's probably like 60% outside, 40% inside, which is saying a lot because this cat just absolutely loves outside and she thrives. I will show videos throughout this, obviously, of Cleo and how much she changes when she's outside, just rolling around on the grass and grounding, and she loves the sun, and oh my gosh, just talking to the birds, chasing lizards. Like, she's a whole other cat when she's outside, and I love that for her. Like, if anything, I want to be able to support that natural lifestyle that she deserves to have. Granted, let me back up. I know that some animals would prefer to be inside, and again, personality, whatever, but I really hate when animals are cooped up inside. If they want to go outside and it's safe to, then they should be able to go outside because that's their natural instinct. So that's just my thought about that. She mostly goes to the bathroom outside, which makes having a cat so much easier, but we do have a litter box inside, and she honestly rarely uses it. Even when it's raining outside, she'll use it when she has to, but other than that, she will go outside when she wants to. Amazing. And I found special cat litter, which I will post a picture probably up here. This is my favorite cat litter, and I've used so many cat litters throughout the years of having cats. Even sometimes outdoor cats, like, we'll have litter boxes for them if they're like, you know, half living in the garage too. This one, there's no odor. Like, sometimes she'll poop, I know this is gross, and I will never, like, I won't smell it until I look inside her litter box. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And just the benefits of it, it's not toxic, there's nothing in it that would affect her like respiratory system or my respiratory system. You know, I hate breathing in like that, the dust from litter, ugh. So this is the favorite litter that I've used and highly recommend for sure. Also, speaking of cat accessories, we do have a scratch pad. I can't remember where I found it, but if I do, I'll link it down below. I might be making like a whole Amazon storefront of things that I use for Cleo, so if I do that, that will be linked down below. And this is a game changer too, considering cats naturally like to claw things, and if you have an indoor cat, they're going to want to claw things. So she mainly claws 2 things, which is I'm looking at it right now because it's right here, which is the scratch pad, which has like tape on the sides that came with tape that you put to like a corner of your house, and she loves that area. Like, her routine in the morning is to scratch that and then get her collar on, and then she runs outside and she loves it. Like, that's her way of stretching in the morning, and I love it. And we also have a chair here that was gifted to me by my friend. For some reason, that's just Cleo's chair. She sleeps on it, she plays around it, she claws it, and I'm okay with that because it's her chair. I love it. And other than that, like, sometimes she'll scratch here and there places where she's not supposed to, and I'll just redirect her. It's like a child, guys. Like, just, you know, positive reinforcement rather than negative reinforcement. That's really what I've learned with having cats and being a nanny. And so in terms of holistic cat care, I really don't do much for Cleo. I make sure she gets brushed regularly. I do have like a flea comb because she's an outdoor cat. I'll check to make sure she doesn't have fleas. I'll make sure I clean her ears, clean her eyes if I have to, just with like warm water if anything, and like a washcloth, because I don't really want to use like harsh chemicals or any products on Cleo. I don't give her a bath. I know some people do with cats, but she cleans herself basically, and she's pretty clean for being an outdoor cat too. So that's pretty much what I do there. I haven't really had to take her to the vet, thank God, you know, because she seems pretty healthy. So, and she's crying right now at the door. Let me go get her. Coming! Say hi, Cleokin. Say hi. I bought her the same exact collar because I love this collar, even though she lost it. She's on her, what, 4th or 5th collar? Did you have fun outside today? Yeah. I know the sun's out. Do you want to say hi to all your fans? Also, if you are interested in this and want me to make another video, just comment down below. I also got my emotional support animal letter, my ESA letter, from my therapist for Cleo, and this is basically in terms of housing, because obviously a lot of places when you rent disapprove and dissuade people from having. Yes, I'll let you outside in a bit, give me one moment, okay, Cleo? Demanding. They dissuade you from having cats, or they make it harder, or pets in general, they make it harder. You have to put a pet deposit and sometimes pay extra per month and all these things, which is I just think is insane. To me, Cleo is like a family member. Like, why would I have to pay extra for her? She belongs with us. So why? Oh my goodness, child! And so with that being said, I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't have any problems with Cleo, because it does give me a ton of anxiety thinking about not having her or having it difficult to have her wherever I live. We are pretty much bonded. I mean, you can ask Brian, my husband, and he will tell you how bonded we are. And so, yeah, I got that letter, and it's just like extra security, if anything, if I really need to use it to make sure that we're not discriminated against, or in terms of housing. So if you're interested in more about how I got that and what it entails, just comment down below. I can make a whole nother video, a short video about that. And that's pretty much my update on Cleo. She's doing great. She just went back outside because it's sunny and she absolutely loves it. It's a joy to have her, and I'm not gonna say I want more animals because one is enough. I'm so grateful for her in my life, and I hope you enjoy all the content I have with Cleo. So thank you for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you again, hopefully soon when I make another video. We'll see how everything goes. Okay, have a great day. Bye.